Hey, it's Brian Thomas, 55 KRC Morning Show. Very happy Monday to you. And if you need a reason to smile, hey, at least we're not Egypt, right? Think about it. Talked a lot about Egypt today. Hosni Mubarak's got a couple of options. He can step down, of course. He can maybe entertain some requests for democracy, which I guess many administrations, U.S. administrations, have been pushing for a while. Not real hard, of course. So we had other factors to throw into the equation, like terrorism and the like, but if you're a dictator and most of your people are suffering, at some juncture, something's got to give, and that appears to be what's going on. You get the standoffish, sort of fence-sitting response from the president and Hillary Clinton, who I guess finally has something to do, and it's sort of non-committal. I think ultimately what you're going to have is Mubarak stepping down, the government maintaining control, and some stability, at least military stability, for a period of time until they can get their election house in order. Ultimately, though, how much influence radical Muslims have in that country will determine the direction of the entire Mideast. They were a friend of ours under the dictatorship, reasonably so, somewhat of a friend of Israel, at least a country that responsible for keeping some measure of peace and order in that region, and to not have Egypt as a strong sort of at least liaison force between Israel and some of the more hardline Arab countries. It's going to be a difficult thing to happen, but it will all depend upon whether you have what will either be a democracy or a theocracy. And let me suggest that the theocracy is not the way to go. We'll find out eventually and keep our fingers crossed in the meantime. Market's obviously going to be impacted by this. The oil prices impacted to some degree. We found out from Nathan Backrack and Ed Fink this morning during Monday that really not so much a reaction to Egypt. Not a whole lot of oil actually flowing through the Suez Canal. Those are more manipulations by large corporate computerized transactions. So long term, we'll see what happens with oil. I mentioned Nathan and Ed. Also, speaking of things, Egypt, my dad's had a couple of comments on it, the 705 spleen vent, so if you want to hear my dad speak on that. Also talked with Jeff Birding, who we found out last week's leaving Cincinnati City Council. Sorry to see Jeff go. He was kind of an independent voice, usually siding with the more fiscally responsible, and he's promised he's going to try to get a vote on correcting the pension program done and out of the way before he resigns. He's looking for suggestions and has talked to a few people. Maybe if you've got one in terms of his replacement, you might want to let Jeff know. But take a listen to that podcast if you didn't get a chance, because Jeff's a good guy and I'm sure going to miss him. Have a fantastic day. I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow.